December 21st, 2013. Each year since 1990, on or near the first day of winter and the longest night of the year, the National Coalition for the Homeless, the National Consumer Advisory Board, and the National Healthcare for the Homeless Council has co-sponsored National Homeless Persons Memorial Day to bring attention to the tragedy of homelessness and to remember our homeless friends who have paid the ultimate price for our nation's failure to end homelessness. Last year, at least 157 cities in 40 states and the District of Columbia took part. This year, Well House participates in this national memorial to honor those who have died from exposure of living on the streets in West Michigan, in solidarity with others in cities around the nation who are honoring members from their community who've been lost to homelessness. At Well House, we believe that losing one person to exposure from living on the streets is unacceptable. We believe everyone deserves safe and affordable housing. We know that there are about 1,000 people experiencing homelessness in Kent County, and we know that the realities of homelessness are lethal. There are 19,000 vacant housing units in our county. We ask to gather on this day to honor those who have died from exposure of living on the streets and those faced with that reality tonight, as a community who recognizes this unjust disparity. Thank you.
So Rodney's going to read the name. I'll read a little bit of information about the person, and then we'll read the name again, and after we read it the second time, if everybody could say, "We remember," collectively, then we'll have a little silence between each name.
The first name is Thomas Paul, died in January 2009.
Thomas Paul's body was found next to the old A to Z radiator shop in the 600 block of South Division. Paul was found crouched in a kneeling position. The medical examiner says the autopsy was inconclusive, though evidence showed Paul might have frozen to death. He was 52 years old when he died. We remember Thomas Paul.
We remember Thomas Paul.
Lolly Gordon died in January 2009.
Gordon's body was discovered in a snowbank near Catholic Central High School. The cause of death was hypothermia, prolonged exposure to the cold. Gordon died at the age of 48. Gordon's sister Kathy had this to say at the news of her brother's death: "If I can say anything, it's that being homeless can happen to anyone, even the closest, the best of families." We remember Lonnie Gordon.
We remember Lonnie Gordon.
The body of an unidentified man was found partially in the river near Market Avenue and Wealthy Street Southwest, under the railroad trestle bridge. Sources said the man was in his 40s and was believed to have been living in what is referred to as a homeless encampment not far from where his body was found. No one came forward to identify the body. We remember this unidentified man.
We remember Thomas Paul.
Again, we believe that one is too many.
So thanks for coming. This is a really good crowd for a ice storm right before Christmas. So thanks so much for coming, because we believe that one is too many, that no one should die while homeless. We've taken action, and many people here have taken action either by working at Well House or donating to Well House or volunteering at Well House, and thank you so much for that. 632 Cast, we are absolutely thrilled that it is now fully occupied with 4 people who were homeless, living in shelters, living in places, abandoned buildings, under bridges, places like that. So we purchased this house in July with funding from the Grand Rapids Community Foundation, and it had been vacant for many, many years. If you look around this neighborhood, if you're driving around, we did a little walk earlier in this campaign, and there are vacant houses all over the place in this neighborhood. And so what we want to do, in fact, there's 19,000 vacant units in Kent County. So with about 1,000 people experiencing homelessness, we think it's time to start getting the people that are homeless into these vacant units. So that's exactly what we've done here. And I think it looks wonderful. I'm really excited for everybody to come and see it. It's been a joint effort between Well House staff, Well House tenants, Mario worked on it, right? Yes, and other tenants. And so welcome. We're thrilled that you're here, and come take a look. We have some before and after photos that we're going to show, and then when we're done here, we have refreshments down at 600 Cass. We'd like you to come down, and if you're able or willing to make a donation to our campaign, we'd be very appreciative. We do have an anonymous donor who's matching every donation dollar for dollar, so anything that comes in today will be doubled. So come in.
Thank you.